Hi, I'm Elaine Buss. I'm from Lively Grove in Southern Illinois. I'm a sculptor and installation artist. I've been a resident here at Belger Crane Yard Studios since August of 2018, so almost for 2 years now. When I found ceramics, I really felt like I had found home. The responsiveness of the material to touch, to gesture, and to movement while making responds to the practical side of my personality. But then also the vastness of the exploration I can do with materials and the never-ending array of techniques that I can play with, that really appeals to the curious explorer in me. The making process is also meditative and calming, and for me that's really a grounding between those two other aspects of ceramics, being direct and also exploratory. So I became a resident here right after I finished my MFA at Ohio State University. So inevitably, after finishing a graduate degree, your work is going to change because you're switching from a very unique experience being a graduate student, and you're kind of going back into the real world. You're leaving academia. For me, a big shift has been that I'm now making objects that work in domestic environments. And before, I was more considering museums and galleries as the place where my work would live. I really like the casualness of work that can live in a home, and I'm committed to making conceptual pieces for the home. I don't think that there needs to be a difference in terms of the ideas that can be present in both. All of my work presents a space for contemplation and a calming sort of moment within a space. So the work in this exhibition really comes from two different explorations in my practice right now. However, they are connected through an overarching theme that's present in all of my work. So the pieces behind me on the wall here, those come from the impetus to create a form that had the feeling of being full of inhalation, a piece that would take up roughly the same amount of space as my torso so that I could feel a presence similar to my own. I kept the surfaces very calm and nuanced so that the pieces would have a sense of balance, and then each of them has a very distinct line of material so that there's a place for more directed focus for the viewer. The other pieces in the exhibition are based on ancient grinding stones, many of them from a research trip that I took to Rome. And I'm interested in grinding stones and other historical artifacts because I find it very beautiful that we can recognize through these artifacts the daily needs and lives of humans so far away from us in history. I think that points to the beauty of our shared humanity throughout time. Together, all of the work is my way of understanding more about my experience as a human, whether that is as a human with a body with that takes up space, or if it's as a human within a continuum of history. It's really hard to point to just a few experiences. I've had a long and fulfilling career already. And I owe a lot to the institutions, to the mentors, and to the peers I've had the privilege of working with. I would point towards finishing my MFA from a top university in our field as being something that really gave me the confidence to explore work that is less familiar and is pushing materials in new ways that isn't done before. I feel like I have the support of that institution behind me. And also last year when I got the Ceramics Monthly Emerging Artist Award, that made me feel like my field was giving me accolades for the work I was doing, and that gave me confidence to continue forward as well. But on a more day-to-day basis, I really think that just the ongoing conversations that I have with my fellow residents and with my community is also always important and is a lot of what helps our work to develop. And I think that's just as important as those big recognitions that we get along the way. feel that artists play as many roles in our society as there are types of people within our society. Art can be educational, it can be purely for enjoyment, it can serve as a catalyst for activism, it can be a way to explore the things that we don't understand. And I think all of those things are important for many different reasons. For me, the work that I find most compelling that I see is work that illustrates something that feels a bit mysterious or unknown, that kind of opens up that place in us that we know we don't understand, but we are interested in exploring. And I think that's very important because most of the time we place ourselves in front of things that we already know, and we interact with what we already know. So when a piece makes you think in a different way or illustrates something new to you, it shifts your understanding of your experience within the world. And if you walk away from seeing a piece feeling like you don't quite get it, but you know there's something potent there to understand better, I think the work has done its job. You can find out more about my work at elainebuss.com or on Instagram. My handle is @ElaineBuss. Thank you.